At the beginning of the movie, we see a lawyer named Kathleen, a new client. Polly comes to her and says, "I work as a nanny. I lost my job recently and I can't afford extra expenses. But my landlord keeps raising the rent, which I can't afford, so I need your help." Kathleen helps her, and during this time, Polly notices that Kathleen is pregnant. Time passes, and we see that Kathleen's daughter is born and has grown up a bit. Kathleen also has an older daughter. Chores, childcare, and work were things Kathleen couldn't manage alone. Her house was on a main road, so she worried that if the kids went out, they might get hit by a car. She takes her kids out for errands, and then she meets Polly again at the market. Kathleen and Polly start talking, but Kathleen's daughter interrupts Polly, tells Kathleen, "I see you're worried about your kids. I told you I'm a nanny, but I have no job right now. If you want, you can hire me." Kathleen is happy but hesitant. She can't trust a stranger in her home. So Polly tells her, "You can call my old employer and ask about me." Kathleen calls, and the woman seems very satisfied with Polly, explaining that Polly took great care of her house and kids, but now her children are grown, so they don't need her. Reassured, Kathleen and her husband offer Polly the job. A few days pass. Kathleen is happy to see that both her daughters have become very attached to Polly. Kathleen tells her husband and Polly that friends are coming for lunch, and she will cook everything herself. Polly doesn't even let the husband in the kitchen. Meanwhile, we see that Polly sneaks into the kitchen and mixes something into Kathleen's food. Later, everyone sits down to eat and enjoys the food. Polly sits with them. Kathleen's friend asks Polly about herself. Polly highlights that she is poor and has no family. She can't afford the city, so she is moving back to her village. Kathleen says, "You didn't discuss this with me." They drop the topic and continue talking. Kathleen's friends stay over, and by nightfall, everyone falls ill except Polly. Polly didn't drink the soup. Everyone else did. It was obvious she spiked it. No one notices, and Kathleen blames herself. She cries because she can't do anything right. Polly comes and comforts her. Polly becomes close to Kathleen, just as she is to the daughters. Convinced that she won't find a better nanny, she tells Polly to cancel her trip. Stay in our guest house. This way, you have shelter and a job. This was a happy moment for Polly. She agreed immediately and moved in. Things calmed down. Kathleen's job was stable. The children were settled, but secretly, Polly was playing a game as she turned the older daughter against Kathleen, saying, "Your mom is terrible. She only pretends to be nice. She scolded you and didn't get your favorite things. Now the girl repeats this at dinner. You aren't nice. You never love us or buy me things. I'll never grow up to be like you. I'll be like Polly." Kathleen's heart breaks. She tells her daughter, "No, dear, I love you. I love you very much." And when she asks her husband, he supports Polly. Kathleen breaks down. Devastated, she goes to her room. Then her husband comforts her. "I'm sorry. Maybe I said too much, but you're wrong. Polly isn't bad. She's good." Days pass and the daughters get attached to Polly. Even Kathleen's husband likes Polly. She is very caring. Because of this, Kathleen starts feeling insecure about Polly. On New Year's Day, they go watch the fireworks, and when they return, Kathleen hears noises in her daughter's room. They rush in to find their daughter terrified and holding many firecrackers. She scolds them, asking who bought them. Polly apologizes, saying, "I didn't know she'd be scared. I thought she'd like it." Kathleen stays angry and tells Polly, "You didn't think about the danger. Today you proved you can't care for my kids. Get out." Kathleen made her decision, but Polly has turned the family against her. The children and husband attempt to reason with her. This angers Kathleen and she kicks Polly out. Polly leaves, but Kathleen's family is unhappy. She couldn't convince her daughter, but she tried with her husband. "She's not who you think. She's dangerous. That's why I kicked her out." But he wouldn't listen. Instead, he got angry. Kathleen decided to fix things and prove she was right. Being a lawyer, she made a plan and went to pick up Polly. She apologized and brought her back, making everyone happy. Then Kathleen hired a detective friend. At her request, he started gathering info about Polly to find out her true motive in Polly's absence. He searches her room and finds something. He hides. He tries to leave, but Polly catches him. Strangely, knowing he took something, Polly lets him go. The detective goes home, researches the papers, and finds something shocking. He calls Polly instead of Kathleen, who hired him. Meanwhile, we see that Kathleen didn't just wait. She investigates on her own. She visits the woman who recommended Polly. She discovers that Polly lied. She never worked as a nanny. She was a drug gutnick. The reference woman was also an addict. They met at a rehab center. Polly improved and wanted a job. She asked the rehab owner to lie for her. Hearing this, Kathleen gets angry at the woman. "How could you lie like that? You almost ruined my life." She goes to her husband and reveals Polly's deception. She was never a nanny. She made the rehab owner lie. Despite this, Kathleen's husband blames her. He says Polly's crime isn't serious. She just lied to get a job, nothing more. Kathleen is upset that he supports Polly. She leaves. The scene cuts to Polly meeting the detective. He calls her Rebecca. She isn't surprised, as she knew he was looking for her. He says, "I know your name and that you're from Kathleen's town. You researched her story." He reveals Kathleen's real name is Jennifer. As a child, Kathleen burned a house. The whole family died except a girl named Rebecca, which is you. Afterward, Kathleen told police her father abused her, which is why she did it. After that, she left town and came here. Now you want revenge for your family. She tells him, "Oh, you know my plan? What now?" He says, "I want to reason with you. Don't be angry. Drop the revenge. Fix your life and don't ruin her life. I'll talk to Kathleen. She'll apologize and give you money." Polly cries and pretends to agree, but the next moment she grabs a baseball bat and hits him hard on the head, killing him. She committed murder, but wasn't scared. She needed to hide the truth, which she did. She gets rid of the body and removes all evidence, even traces of herself. Police find the body, and when Kathleen learns of this, she is devastated. She blames Polly, but the police don't listen. Kathleen returns home grieving. Her friend was killed. She takes her anger out on Polly. "I won't tolerate you here. Get out right now." As she drags her out, her daughter, Emma, stops her, and Emma gets hurt. Seeing this, the husband thinks Kathleen is crazy and separates her from the family. Kathleen meets her son at his match. Her daughter is there and tells her, "Mom, stop bothering Polly. She's innocent, do you know? What I found in her room?" This article tells her story about having no family. They died in a fire. She gives her mother the article from Polly's room and goes to lunch. Kathleen reads it and is shocked. Her past flashes back. She realizes Polly is here for revenge. She rushes home to beg for forgiveness. The husband waits outside when she doesn't call. He realizes Kathleen is home and fears she might harm Polly. Inside, Kathleen begs Polly for forgiveness. "I know you are Rebecca, here for revenge, but believe me, I didn't mean to harm your family. I was angry at what your dad did to me. It wasn't my fault." Polly asks, "Do you think I'll believe you? The police believed you years ago. I will torture your family just like I suffered," Polly says, "and I'll kill you first." She attacks Kathleen with a knife. Kathleen defends herself. Kathleen tries to stay calm because her daughter is in danger. She manages to grab her daughter and get into the car. She locks it so Polly breaks the windows. Kathleen drives out of the house to escape, but Polly is there. A passing car hits Polly and leaves. Meanwhile, Kathleen's husband arrives, sensing something is wrong. He didn't know the full story. A friend died in an accident, but thankfully, Kathleen's family survived. Finally, the husband believes Kathleen was truthful and apologizes. Their lives are back to normal, but their daughter is talking to thin air as if speaking to Polly. Either she is traumatized or she is talking to Polly's ghost. What happened to her? The film ends with this mystery.